appreciate this opportunity to be here with you. Also to be here as like an opening act for Shi Scott. Really appreciate that she made time to come here. And this really shows, and Mr. Spiegel to come here, it really shows that the whole community cares. And that as a team, we're going to make it. So I really appreciate this opportunity. And, you know, I'm so excited about this moment because I want to share with you a piece of advice. And I believe that this piece of advice can help us all to live and maintain a very healthy and joyful life. And here it is. Always choose to have a positive attitude. Now I know that sounds simple, but it's so very profound because your attitude is greater than your circumstances. Holler if you hear me. Your attitude is greater than your circumstances. You know, true happiness is not about what happens to us. True happiness is about what is happening inside of us, our attitude. And to a large extent, we can choose our attitude. For example, there was a teenage girl who became pregnant by her boyfriend. She has the baby, but true story. She has the baby, but she cannot afford to take care of the baby, and so the baby is sent to live with the grandmother. And so the grandmother raises this child for several years, but then the grandmother becomes sick and can no longer care for this child. And so this little girl gets moved around among different family members. And unfortunately, it's a very negative and abusive and violent environment. And she becomes a victim of sexual abuse. Her life spins out of control, and then she becomes a teenager, and it gets worse. At the age of 14, she becomes pregnant. She has the baby, but the baby dies after a few weeks. Trouble and drama and chaos continue to fill this little girl's life. But in the midst of all that chaos, a mentor reached out to her and touched her heart with insights and inspiration. And she became motivated. She became motivated to take proactive steps towards overcoming these negative circumstances that she was in. One of the things that she starts to do is she starts to focus on getting a good education because she realizes that a good education is her opportunity for a better life. So she goes to school, she studies hard, she focuses on getting good grades, but it's difficult coming from her environment with all the distractions and all the chaos in her home life. But she learns how to turn the pain of her life circumstances into motivation to stay focused and persevere. In other words, she learns how to turn her problems into power. And it worked. She starts to earn good grades. In fact, she even earns a scholarship to go to college. And so she goes to college and she works hard, yes. She graduates from college. She gets a great job in the broadcasting industry. She works as a journalist, and she becomes very successful. And then she starts her own company. She names it Harpo. And her company becomes very successful. And she ends up becoming the most successful female talk show host in the world. And in the process, she becomes a billionaire. Her name? Oprah Winfrey. Oprah Winfrey. True story about Oprah Winfrey. And so here's the thing. Oprah Winfrey's life sends us a very powerful message. And the message is this. Your attitude is greater than your circumstances. It doesn't matter so much regarding the circumstances that you're in. What matters more is the attitude that you have regarding those circumstances. So number one, always choose to have a positive attitude. Number two, 2, very important, always choose to persevere. What that means is basically never give up. Never give up. Always realize that winners never quit and quitters never win. Holler if you hear me. Winners never quit and quitters never win. See, here's the thing. Failure and setbacks and hard times are part of the process of success. And if we just keep going, there's hope that we can make it. To really make this point clear, I want to share with you the details about another very famous person. This is a person that lived a long time ago. We all know who he is, but you might not be familiar with his story. At the age of 12, his mother died. At the age of 13, he had to drop out of school and get a job to help support the family. At the age of 21, he started his own business, and it failed. Age 22, he ran for state legislature, and he lost. But remember, winners never quit and quitters never win, so he kept going. Age 24, he started another business, and it failed. Age 26, his fiancée died. Age 27, he had a nervous breakdown and was placed in the hospital. Age 34, he ran for Congress of the United States of America, and he lost. But remember, failure is part of the process of success. Age 36, he ran for Congress one more time, and this time he lost again. But persistence overrides resistance. Age 45, he ran for Senate, and this time he lost. But he didn't stop because he had a dream. He had a dream, so he kept going. Age 47, he ran for Vice President of the United States of America. And this time, with that passion and that determination, this time, he lost again. And there's somebody saying, man, just give it up. But he didn't stop. He wouldn't stop. He kept going. Age 49, he ran for Senate again. And this time, when everybody thought he would lose, this time he lost again. True story. But he didn't stop, he didn't give up. Because you see, he realized that as long as you do your best, you have really won. So never give up, never give up. Age 52, he ran for President of the United States of America. And this time he won. He won it. And here's the thing about this story. True story. He becomes the president, and not only does he become the president, but he becomes one of the most significant presidents in our history. His name? Abraham Lincoln. Yes. True story about Abraham Lincoln. So please always remember, winners never quit and quitters never win. Keep going. Keep persevering. Now, so number 1, always choose to have a positive attitude. Number 2, always persevere. Never give up. And now the third and final piece of advice that I want to share with you, very important, is this. Sincerely try to help as many people as you can. Because really, blessings are sent to us so that blessings can be sent through us. We are blessed so that we can be a blessing to others. I think about, one of the many blessings that you all share, and I also share, as well as Shi Scott, is we all have been blessed with the privilege of going to Montgomery County Public Schools. Such a great school system. And I don't know if all of you realize this, but as I travel around to different schools, I realize that there are a lot of schools that don't have the resources that we enjoy here in Montgomery County. And so I want to remind us all to always keep in mind that as we succeed, let's always try to help as many people as we can. I want to share with you a true story that happened several years ago in the Seattle Special Olympics. Some of you have heard this before. It's so very profound, I want to share it with you again. 9 mentally and physically challenged runners gathered at the starting line of the 100-yard dash. When the gun went off, all of them started off running. One of them, a little boy, slipped, stumbled, and fell down and started crying. When the other runners heard him crying, all of them, every one of them, slowed down, then turned around and went back to where he was. And they all picked him up, and then all 9 of them linked arms together and then walked towards the finish line together. True story. True story. I imagine, yes. Amazing. Amazing. This group of children, this group of mentally and physically challenged kids, they watched them display the real true meaning of success, real true meaning of greatness. Real success, true greatness is not about winning a race, it's about helping others win the race along with you. So please always remember that as you succeed, always try to reach out and help as many people as you can. So number 1, always choose to have a positive attitude. Number 2, always persevere, never give up. And number 3, always try to help as many people as you can. I really do believe that these are things that can help us all to live and maintain a very healthy and joyful life. And now, thank you, and now holler if you hear me. Excellent. And now, here's the thing. It is my honor and privilege to introduce to you a very special guest. That is a person that's very busy, but she made time to come here to speak with you. She's a singer, she's a songwriter. Also, you may recognize her